So the numbers have come in for From Parts Unknown #1, and they are better than anything I could have imagined. I am so happy with how it turned out. So I'm not going to bury the lead. I'm going to tell you, we got 5,000 orders, just under 5,000 orders for From Parts Unknown #1, which I have to give you some context, is gigantic. For a person like myself, less so JP because he's been around and you can find his books on shelves all over the place. But for at least for myself and a little bit for Daniel, we haven't had too many published works out there. And Pesto Comics, what the heck is Pesto Comics? And if you're not into Kickstarter, you don't know what that is. So a typical book from a publisher like myself, maybe you get 1,200 copies. If you're lucky, you get 1,500. I was hoping for, in my most dream moonshot number, 3,000 orders. We got 5,000. It's absolutely wild. So I just want to say thank you. You guys that follow the podcast and the Substack and the YouTube and however you're finding this, thank you. Because I know you're a huge part of it. You are the ones that have been here through the years, through the months, through the weeks, listening to me every week, yammer on about whatever's on my mind, and try to impart some wisdom just based on the things that I've learned while I'm doing this. And you've been along the ride with me. And I have to say that Tuesday was the highlight of my comics career thus far. Easily, hands down, absolutely incredible. I was in shambles in the morning. I didn't know how well it was going to do. In my head, I thought we would just squeak by the minimal threshold to do offset printing, which is 1,000 copies. I thought for sure. I thought, oh, we're just barely going to do it. And then I don't know what that means for issue 2, because typically there's a drop off, but we'll worry about that when we get to it. So I was expecting the worst. It's just my nature, I guess. I try to stay very positive, but the intrusive thoughts find their way in. And yeah, I didn't think that we'd do nearly as well as we did. And now it's a different problem. It's, wow, we did very well. How do I follow up on this? And it's not a problem I have to worry about today, specifically today. It's something I have to worry about in the long run, but I've had a plan. The plan has always been to have a book every month from Parts Unknown 1 through 5, follow that up with Snip 1 through 5. We're well on track for that. Ricardo just delivered the pages for all of issue 3. Issue 4 is soon to come. We'll be well ahead of schedule. The book will be done before you ever launch the Kickstarter for it, meaning it'll be completely done end to end by the time it hits shelves in the fall. So we're good. We're good for 2026. 2027, a little more interesting. I am the bottleneck. I am the reason that things are moving or not moving. And in this case, not moving. Daniel has been waiting very patiently 2 or 3 months now for the final scripts for Crimson Frontier from me. They're almost done. I am working on them. I'm putting the finishing touches on them. However, he doesn't have them. He hasn't drawn anything yet. And that is soon to come. That needs to launch this spring in order for it to make it on shelves next year. So you can see already how the crunch is happening. I'm talking about 2027, and I feel like I have to get something done this week. So it's an interesting problem to have. But it means that we're here. We're doing it. It's really happening. All these books are going to hit shelves. It's going to be absolutely wonderful. I can't wait. April 29th is the day that From Parts Unknown #1 goes on shelves. And then we follow that up every month. June 3rd is when the second issue goes. And the reason for that is we wanted people to have the books on their shelves, to be able to sell #1 through, and then get a good sense of how much of #2 to order. We're trying to make it really easy for retailers. And that's a big thing. And I talk about it all on the Comic Industry Insiders podcast. I highly recommend checking that out. I come on around the 40th minute if you don't want to listen to the whole thing, but it's well worth listening to the whole thing, especially if you like everything I've been talking about. They get real in depth and have some real knowledge about what's happening in the comic book industry. So listen to it. It's worth it. But you can listen to me at the 40th minute. All that said, when you're talking about making comics for the direct market, you have to think about the direct market. So yes, you're trying to sell to readers. Yes, you're trying to make books that readers want to buy. However, you need to sell it to the retailer first. The retailer needs to believe that they can sell it to their readers. And that's something that I feel like is missing a lot in the conversations that I have with indies. Because I just feel like my tastes tend to be more populist, for the lack of a better term. It tends to be more the goofy stuff, the genre stuff, the pulp stuff. We're called Pesto Comics for a reason. If you've never heard me explain why, the goofy reason, the silly reason, is pesto is a pulp. It's a saucy pulp. That's what it is. Pulp. That was my idea. I wanted to call it Pulp Comics. That was too generic. What's the closest thing I could do? Pesto. Pesto Comics nods to my Italian heritage, and it's kind of silly, and it was available everywhere. So Pesto Comics it is. But the idea behind it is it's pulp comics. Things that people will read and enjoy and move on with their lives. right? I want stuff that resonates. I want stuff that sticks with people. But really, the idea was I want stuff that sells. I want stuff that people want to read. The things that people complain about, that they're saying, comics aren't this anymore. I want it to be that. I wanted to fill that gap. I wanted just people to enjoy comic books. I wanted people to go to the shop and get something and be like, that was fun, right? And just enjoy it. It wasn't so much about specifically my voice getting through. It's really just about celebrating everything that comics can do. It's celebrating genre and celebrating the silliness of comics and the fun of comics. And I'm so happy that that's resonated with everyone that's been picking up books. And yes, issue 1 has done incredible. And I want to thank you guys for making that happen. There's been a lot of experimentation and changes and things that I was doing a little bit differently over the past few months. I was doing YouTube focused videos, and then I was doing shorts, and then I was doing this and that. What I'm telling you here is I'm not changing anything. I'm going to continue doubling down on what's working. And what's working is me chatting with you every week and talking about whatever's on my mind. And yes, I'll continue posting the video of just my talking head, just so that if you're a YouTube person, there's content on YouTube. But the podcast will still be out there as well. And I'll continue doing shorts that are meant to be shorts. They're not just this cut up. So that's just on the marketing side. As far as the comics go, all the things that I said were coming are coming. When they're coming is the question. But I have multiple projects on the go at the same time. And I'm always talking to new artists and new people about doing more. So we are slowly expanding, but I'm trying to be very measured about it and make sure that we do this in a sustainable way. This is just the first issue. And the first issue did incredible. And we don't know how issue 2 is going to go. And we don't know how the second series is going to go. So I'm still being kind of pragmatic, but knowing that we did as well as we've done and knowing that you guys have shown the support that you've shown, it gives me a lot more leeway to double down and do what's working. So with all that, I just wanted to celebrate the amazing numbers. I wanted to talk about how great this week went. And I wanted to thank you again. I'm going to keep saying it and you're going to get sick of it, and too bad, because thank you for making this all happen. It's really you guys that are here every week listening to me yammer on, that made this happen. And I appreciate you, and I'm going to do right by you. We're going to have some amazing books out there. There are so many plans that I haven't even shared yet that I can't wait to share with you. But just know that I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do everything I can to make the best comics that I can possibly make by getting the best people who are better than me to make the books even better than I could possibly make them and share it all with you. And I want to thank you all for making it possible. I'll be back next week to talk about something entirely different. I don't even know quite yet because I'm still just wrapping my head around how incredible this has been. So thanks again. I appreciate you. Talk to you next week.